Whoa, all right, so that was a wild one. And, if you're a Utah fan, I guess you got to be sick right about now. They were up 14 to nothing early, and the Buckeyes just couldn't seem to cut in to get it. They couldn't cut the lead, really. They would get a score and cut it to 7, and Utah would answer. It's 14 to nothing, then it was 21 to 7, maybe 28 to 14, 31 to 17. There's 42 points scored total in the second half. A bunch of action real quick, 50-yard touchdown passes, kick returns for touchdowns. But really, let's fast forward to the second half. It's 38 to 31. The Buckeyes finally get that one score game they need, and they get the stop on top of it. 38-31, the Buckeyes get the ball, and then boom, finally they take control of the game. It looks like they tie it up 38 to 38. They go on to take the lead 45 to 38. Maybe looking like they might even win this game by 2 scores themselves after trailing by 2 scores most of the game. The defense finally got it going in the second half. A lot of big plays, reminiscent of, the 16 and 17 Buckeyes defense. A lot of big plays by the Utes tonight. Big play on defense, too. The one low spot for Jaxon Smith-Njigba at one point when the first half had it looked like he was, he was just racing to the end zone. Big play by Utah, hit him from behind, forcing him to fumble. Utah jumps on the fumble. So instead of a touchdown, Utah's got the ball back. That one kind of hurt. But he ends up with 15 catches, 347 yards, 3 touchdowns. Marvin Harrison Jr. chipping in 3 touchdowns. I don't know for sure if he started, but if it was his first start with Olave and Wilson being out, he got 3 touchdowns chipping in, but mainly it was the Jaxon Smith-Njigba show. 15 catches, way over 300 yards, 347, 3 touchdowns. Stroud, 573 on the day. Starting to become old hat for him to go over 500 yards, 6 touchdown passes. He did have the 1 pick, though. That was, I believe, in the third quarter. The Buckeyes were getting the ball to start the third quarter, I believe, is when Stroud threw his pick. But the big turning point was 38 to 31. Utah's ahead. The Buckeyes get a stop. They go down and score. They eventually take the lead 45 to 38, but Utah was not to be done. Starting quarterback out of the game, they showed, man, the Utes were still ready to bring it. 45 to 38, they go down, they score, helped out by a couple of pass interference calls. One of them was probably a legit PI. The other one was a little iffy. But even with that guy in the game, they go down, they tie it up 45 to 45, but unfortunately they leave Ohio State way too much time. 1:54 on the clock, 45 to 45. Ohio State takes it down the field, passing, running. They get to about the 2 or 3 yard line. They call the timeout with 12 seconds to go, though. Kind of got caught there. I don't know what they were thinking there exactly. They were they going to call another play? Did they think they had another timeout? I don't know. A few more seconds off the clock there would have been nice. Kick that field goal, which eventually they did do. They kicked the field goal, go up 48 to 45. But with the Utes return game, I was a little concerned. 9 seconds to go. But it was all for naught. A little craziness on the Utes return leads to nothing. 48-45, Rose Bowl victory by the Buckeyes. Didn't look good during the first half. Didn't look good to start the third quarter. But the defense settled in, started to slow down the big plays. Utah never gave up, though, Credit to them for that. I'm sure they're going to be sick after this one. I'm sure they were like, how could we not stop Jaxon Smith-Njigba? I mean, at a certain point, it was like, all right, man, let's put everybody on that guy. Then Harrison chipping in the 3 touchdowns. I believe he had 6 catches, 71 yards. And it was unfortunate that the Utes had to go to their backup quarterback, but he looked strong. He making good decisions. That last one there, the touchdown pass, looked like the Buckeyes were bringing it. He knew he was going to get one-on-one. Tossed it to the end zone for the big guy. 6, nice catch, extra point, good, game tied. But like I said, unfortunately, they left the Buckeyes too much time. Cleveland wouldn't have been able to do that. That's not the Browns. You leave them too much time, it doesn't matter. They're going to squander it and give you the ball back. That's a whole different team. Different deal. I know it's not the playoffs, doesn't mean as much, but look, the Rose Bowl is still pretty cool, and ending the season on a W, and with Olave and Wilson and a couple other guys out, look, I don't know, guys like Harrison Jr. getting some experience, and boom, ending the year on a win. Thanks for tuning in this year. I was kind of iffy. I was a little flaky on the Buckeyes videos this year. A little flaky like their defense was, But if you watched most of the videos or all of this videos, boom. If you're watching this one, thank you. And I guess we'll see you next year.